Hey, there we are. We're all recording now. Let's see. We have March 7th through the 13th of this particular reading, okay? Um, I think what we'll do is we'll start out with our regular Voyager deck, see what's going on. Hope y'all are doing well. A lot of the CDC mandates are being shuffled around now, so take good care of yourselves and come back and see me. Okay. All right, let's see what's up. Now we're during the time of Pisces, so those of you that have Pisces in the chart, sometimes it kind of scrambles you to be around your birthday, but it is also a mystical kind of a powerful time. So there might be things that happen that didn't make sense. It speaks to my heart, but it didn't make sense to my head. And that can be Piscean influence. It's kind of under a fog sometimes. Very creative, very emotional, very concerned about all of humanity. They can be terrific light workers. Okay, Lord knows we need more of those right now, right? Okay. And solidarity for the Ukrainians, God bless them. And those grannies that are out there learning how to use AK-47s, bless their hearts too. I'd be afraid of them, I'll tell you. What I like seeing that seems to be the most impactful is people sharing food, taking someone who's been captured out of their tank and finding it's a starving 18-year-old, giving them a cup of tea and a loaf of bread. You know, it's reducing them to tears. They don't want to be there either. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Interesting stuff coming down. Now, I just was talking things that are political, but all of this doesn't have to be political. This is different in many ways. Let's have a look. The first thing that I have out here is actually, it's a Capricorn card, but besides being a Capricorn card, it's a card of business for me, right? So this is maybe even the onset of new business that you might have felt you're too young to do. Okay, not me, but you. And it's telling you to go ahead and give it a shot, especially if you've got someone who has the abilities that you particularly lack. Maybe you don't have patience and you're not really a people person, but you have someone who knows what you're all about and knows the kind of work you want to do, and they are that kind of person. So the two of you could blend well and run a good business doing that. But this is a major arcana card, so I want you to think about it, because this card is what's holding you back, and it says you're just sort of scared of it. I love this card. Those of you that have heard me talk about it before, it's a Harry Potter card, but the baby Harry Potter, so you don't quite know what you're doing yet, but this card is saying it's okay. You don't have to know what you're doing. What you do have to do is be willing to take the leap of faith, right? And it always makes me think of that Nietzsche poem, come to the edge and fly. And the only reason why you wouldn't is because you're scared, okay? Afterwards, you're going, why did I wait? I could have done this a long time ago. So if you have any opportunities that keep kind of like peeping around the corner saying, you ready for me yet? How about now? Say yes, embrace it. What's the worst that's going to happen? You'll find out you didn't want to do it after all? Okay, great. So you're not going to waste the next 2 years worrying about, I should have, would have, could have. Okay. The other nice thing about this card is it's a card of Capricorn. So if we're talking about all this kind of stuff, you may have a really nice Capricorn that wants to come in. Capricorn influence wanting to come in. Pretty interesting. I like Capricorns, and a lot of times they're misunderstood because they're really sensitive, and everybody thinks, oh, they've got a head for business, and maybe they're not feeling things like everybody expects them to. They do, but they're trying to be strong so that those feelings don't overcome them. So if you have a Capricorn that comes into your realm, treat them gently, and I think you're going to find you got a friend for life. Okay? Do it. All right. Now, I also think the next few weeks are going to be really good for development of health-related things. This is the auric hand, which shows me there's energy that comes off of it. It's a healing hand. So those of you that are interested in Reiki, either doing it or receiving it, let's get off your duff and go check it out. Okay? Look for a metaphysical bookstore in your neighborhood. And I think what it does is it strengthens your foundation so that you're able to take flight, expand. Okay? This is really good card. Threes to me, and this is a three of wands. Wands are about creativity, spirituality, and the threes are about forward momentum. All right? So someone, maybe even in the realm of global health, is going to have an inspiration that's going to lead to much improvement of health. So this could even be related to COVID, could be medications that are coming, not just vaccines, but medications for treatments. So this is a beautiful card for that. Okay. And those of you that have always wondered if you want to be a healer, if you have hands that run hot, that's usually a good sign that you are. Thank you, positive confirmation, that you're downloading information. You're downloading all that health-related energy that's coming off the palm of your hand. Now, right now, I can feel my fingers are cool, but my palm is really warm, right? So check yourself out. And if you have that kind of a feeling, look around and see if there's any kind of a healing process that you want to get involved, you want to know more about, okay? Right, pretty cool. Because right there's the doctor, so you might be really, really good at it. Right. Keep your eyes open not only for Capricorn, but I want you to also keep your eyes open for a Taurus. Right? And to me, Taurans always make really good doctors because they're very thorough. And they don't mind being an authority in charge. Okay? They're just a little slow moving for some of us that may be air signs or fire signs. Okay, so just know that. Careful with people around you that have addictive behaviors. When these two cards show up together, it might be someone, and they can be addicted to you. It could be that they fall in love with you and they just follow you around forever. Okay? Think about it, what that means to you and whether you want to get involved in something like that. Because this is you staying autonomous. This is another good card for those people that have the inner strength like that. It's a, what do you want to be doing in 3 to 5 years from now card. Pick a goal, stick with it, and it doesn't have to be like, oh God, what's the name of those people? You don't have to have a vision board and all that stuff. All you have to do is have intent and keep working moderately towards your goal. Here's your goal right here, and you're up here somewhere. And there's going to be people that say, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Oh, you just made that up. That's not true. Or I should be doing that, not you. Or all the people that do stuff like that always piss me off. They make me angry. You can just say, you know what? Thanks for trying to keep me safe. I appreciate it. But then go merrily upon your way. Because what do we get? A couple little obstacles. This is telling me it's one you can walk around or walk over. Okay? The closer you get to it, the more enlightened you become. There's something in private aviation that's called a VOR for people that are using radios to track their travel. Okay, so there's a VOR that's way out in the desert. I think it's out by Barstow somewhere or something. So if you leave Rialto, you set your radio for that VOR frequency, and it will tell you, it will track you and tell you how close you are to it so that you stay on track. And then when you pass it over, boop, it points behind you so you know you've already passed it. That's what this kind of stuff is. It's enlightenment about where you're going. And the closer you get to it, the brighter it gets. So it's kind of fuzzy when you first start out, but no te preocupes, okay? Don't get your chonies in a twist over all of that. It's okay to not quite know where you're going because the closer you get, the more it's revealed. Also, it gets kind of wiggly the closer it gets a little faster. So just know you're going to make it if you hold true to that particular choice, okay? So there it is. This is where you want to be. That's like a diamond in the sky, Lucy. Okay? Now, water sign males are going to have an interesting time of things during this next week or so. So keep your awareness bright. You might get carried away on an emotional level. But this card is saying that's where you need to be. It's not just about what's financially right for you, but what's emotionally right for you. Okay? Watch out. This could be a time period where you fall in love, deeply, profoundly in love. All right? It's probably just about the time you were giving it up. Then ding, here somebody shows up. All right? So at least take a chance. Give it a shot. See if you like it or not. All right? And this is the card that says, if you're going to dream, dream big. Okay? So it's the world card, but it's also the card of the dreamer. And this is prophetic dreams. This is solving problems in your dreams. This is a major, major arcana card. I love this card. It's like right at the end of the deck. But how profound. Have a look at this. It's like enlightenment. You're getting clues. Yeah. It's like what Martin Freeman said when he was drunk with Sherlock Holmes. I'm cluing for a look. And then you're going to get the clue, and then it's up to you to look for the situation that clue was a key to. Right? Know that. This is very, very important. And it might not make sense when you first get it, so I want to encourage you to jot it down. Remember your dreams, even if it's sporadically. If all you can remember is you saw the tail end of a rainbow, that was my dream the other night. All I saw was the tail of the rainbow. Maybe that means you're reaching your goal. You're at that pot of gold at the bottom of the rainbow. Could be a possibility, huh? But jot these things down, because that card is telling me it would be very important that you remember these things. Yeah, looks like there might be some friendships that are on the fringes. And just know that you... Melissa Sanova, another reader who's online somewhere, so look her up if you want to. She's totally cool, totally cool. She said, just remember, you don't have to set yourself on fire to keep somebody else warm. Yeah, that's what this card is. And it may be that the friendships have caught fire, and it might be for the best that they do a crash and burn anyway. Okay? People from far off places bringing good news, probably based on finances. So if you have a business that you want to get started, but you can't find a vendor for it, hang on. There's one that's going to show up. And it looks like it might be when you least expect it. Because I don't know if you can see him or not. See that guy running? So he comes running in, and then you might not have even asked for him, and there's somebody that's a friend of yours who says, oh, I know this guy, and he's actually from Europe. He knows how to do that stuff. He lives in Pennsylvania, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So know that. Keep your eyes open. It's in the position of hopes and fears, which means could come running in and running out. So if you don't stop and ask them questions when they ran in, they might be gone before you know it. Ichiban, number 1, that's what his mind is made up to be. Okay? Wasn't it sad that all those exotic cars went to the bottom of the ocean when that freighter sunk? I don't know. Hopefully there weren't any Jags in there. All right. And then my outcome card is keep your eyes and your ears open. Profound discoveries come to you. And sometimes it is you hear things different than other people do. So be aware of that. What do I mean by that? It can mean a lot of different things. One thought that comes to mind is I used to work at a hospital, and I was in a cafeteria that had over 250 people in it. And I heard, I don't think she's in here. And I went, that's my father. Over the din of these people that are eating lunch and clanging dishes and forks and spoons, I heard it. And it was imperative that I heard it because he had just come from the hospital where they had taken my husband. You have a tendency to hear things maybe when it's expected that you wouldn't. And it's meant for you to know that information. So just accept it, even if it comes from the mouth of a babe. They give you revelations that you never would have gotten on your own. Okay? So it's a gift from a little mouse. Or if it's the sound that keeps a deer on its toes. If you're standing in a dark corner and the light turns on and you get a glimpse of something, Okay? It's all important, okay? You're like Sherlock Holmes. You're discovering all of these little things, all right? And this could be important at the end of this particular week, all right? So eyes and ears open, and there's also a little note in there. It says, don't forget to meditate. But I think that's for me, not you. But if it, if it works for you, use it, okay? So carve out 10 minutes a day for a meditation of some sorts. And I think that will help you with your understanding what's going on around you. Okay? Let's see. Do I have anything else I need to tell you? Let me grab a couple of my Hanson Roberts. Okay. Okay, that's my bummer card, which means don't hang around with negative people. You hear somebody is like, hey. Good to know. See you later. Bye. Yeah, exactly. And this is a card for Leos, so I want to say Leos, disregard all the negative energy around, okay? You don't need it. And it's also a card of health, and it may be that person that's crabby really has a health problem they need to take care of, and they're kind of nagging you and upsetting you. Okay, those of you that are afraid for the money situation, this is being left out in the cold and not getting all the finances that you need. This is saying if you can hang on, it's coming. Opportunities for you to make this money. It's eights, and eights are changes. And look at this person. Kind of got a smile on their face. Can you see it? Okay, so they enjoy the work that they're doing. If you do not enjoy the work that you're doing, do yourself a favor and start actively looking for another job. Many times that's just a pressure relief valve that you need to get you through the next 2 or 3 months. But know that that's an opportunity for you. And there's going to be great expansion in the health field. Okay? Alrighty, kiddos. That's all I got for you. And I hope you enjoy the day. And I'll see you next week. All right. Bye for now. Love you.